for the longest time. Kenyan military men and women are also involved in peacekeeping missions, and they have played that role diligently, and this has been witnessed in a number of missions which the Kenyan men and women in uniform have taken over the years. The president has also used such occasions in the past to encourage Kenyans to support the work which is being done by the Kenyan military. The president, in heaping praise on the Kenya Defense Forces, has often told Kenyans that they can rely on the service that is being rendered by this gallant group of Kenyans. So today, a colorful event is expected, and members of the public have been invited to take part. They have not been able to do so over the last 2 years due to the obvious reasons which have been brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. But we have seen that those restrictions have been relaxed of late, and family members and friends have been able to come to these grounds to show support, be in solidarity with their daughters, with their sons during this important occasion of their career. And of course, this group, this cohort of recruits will be deployed to various sections of the Kenya Defense Forces. Some will go to the Kenya Navy, others will be with the Air Force, and they will be offering their services to the country. And there are various disciplines which exist within the military. Some will be taking engineering courses, others will be taking nursing courses as well, and others will be taking the roles of communication experts within the Kenya Defense Forces. After 6 months in training, the colorful event is often seen as an icing on the cake of a rigorous exercise which transformed them to disciplined forces from civilians. And the President of the Republic of Kenya is now making its way to the graduation square, and I will now hand you over for this live broadcast courtesy of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation in conjunction with the Kenya Defense Forces. Enjoy your viewing.
Tumkaribishe Mheshimiwa Rais kwa makofi mazuri tafadhali anapojiunga nasi katika hafla hii muhimu. Niombe tubaki tukiwa tumesimama kwa ajili ya wimbo wa taifa na wimbo wa Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki. Mkuu wa gwaride hili tukija kumwomba kwa heshima Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya idhini ya kuweza kukagua gwaride linaloandaliwa na wanakutu hawa.
Your Excellency, the troops and instructors formed up, present and ready for inspection.
Asanteni kwa heshima, tunaweza kuketi tafadhali. Anayemsindikisha Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya ni Mkuu wa Majeshi ya Ulinzi Jenerali Robert Kochi pamoja na kamanda wa chuo hiki Brigedia Paul Njere. mkuu wa gwaride hivi sasa kumwomba Mheshimiwa Rais idhini ya kuweza kuendelea na gwaride punde tu mgeni wetu rasmi atakapochukua nafasi yake kwenye jukwaa maalum. Mheshimiwa Rais, burudani fupi kutoka kwa bendi za majeshi ya ulinzi. Kwa heshima naomba sote tusimame kwa ajili ya review order, wimbo wa taifa na kipindi cha kiapo cha utii.
Quick march! National Service! Please, stand up!
Kinafuata kipindi cha kiapo cha utii, kipindi ambacho kitaongozwa na Meja Imam Gula, Meja Father Chebi na Meja Reverend Kabungi.
Kiapo cha utii. Mimi sasa na mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu na mtiifu kwa rais, amiri jeshi mkuu na Jamhuri ya Kenya na katiba ya Kenya. Nitamtumikia rais kwa uaminifu kama askari wa majeshi yote ya Kenya. Nitatii sheria zote na amri zote na masharti na maelezo na mashauri yote ya Jamhuri ya Kenya. Nitafanya kazi zote za askari wa majeshi yote ya Jamhuri ya Kenya kulingana na sheria bila uoga, upendeleo, shauku ama chuki. Mungu unisaidie.
Asante kwa heshima, tunaweza keti tafadhali.
Right! The Lord is
Mheshimiwa Rais, kinafuata kipindi cha kuweza kuwatuza na kuwazawadi waliofanya bora katika masomo yao pamoja na mafunzo yao, kipindi ambacho kitaongozwa na mkuu wa chuo hiki Brigedia Paul Kahuya Njema, shirikiana naye Captain Ismail Rube, Warrant Officer 1 Mohamed Bahola na Warrant Officer 2 Geoffrey Lobo.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, the recruits on parade today have completed their basic military training. The training they underwent was to transform them from civilians to robust and capable military forces. During the rigorous training, they were tested, evaluated, assessed in various military disciplines at individual, team, and collective levels in line with Kenya Defense Forces training doctrine. The ones before you are those who excelled. Your Excellency, may I humbly request you to present a word to them. Your Excellency, sir.
Winners of awards: Best Division All Round, Nyati Division, commanded by Captain J.K. Bett. Best Company All Round, M Company, commanded by Lieutenant J.M. Kiarie. Best Platoon All Round, number 4 Platoon, commanded by number 109-166, Sergeant Hilary Kamau. Best Section All Round, number 1 section of number 57 Platoon, commanded by number 35893, Corporal Nicholas Molik. Best Recruit All Round, number 163-138, Recruit Paul Mito Okoth, Kenya Army. Second best recruit all round, number 162593, recruit Kelvin Karoga Macharia, Kenya Army. Best female recruit all round, number 113661, recruits Rose Karubo Ontabo, Kenya Air Force. Best recruit in combat marksmanship, number 164694, recruit Ali Nur Ali, Kenya Army.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais kwa kuweza kuwatuza na kuwazawadi waliofanya bora katika mafunzo yao pamoja na masomo yao.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Your Excellency, the First Lady of Kenya, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, Honorable Cabinet Secretary is present, Chief of Defense Forces, Governor Uasin Gishu County, Governor Elgeyo Marakwet County, Service Commanders, honorable members of Parliament, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, on behalf of the entire Recruits Training School fraternity, allow me to welcome you to the school and also to thank you most sincerely for finding time from your busy schedule to be with us today. Your Excellency, on parade before you are the new soldiers who have just taken their oath of allegiance. They will from here join various services of the Kenya Defense Forces to assume their respective duties to defend our nation. May I now kindly request you to address the new soldiers and give them your wise counsel. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you very much. The graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me say it gives me great pleasure to preside over today's passing out parade for the graduates joining the ranks of the Kenya Defense Forces. To all of you, I extend my hearty congratulations to you the graduates of this second cohort of 2021-22 for successfully completing the basic military training course. I have been informed that this has been a very rigorous training to test your tenacity, your bravery, including your body, mind, soul, and spirit. That if you do not have what it takes, you may not be able to get to the finishing line. So for this reason, each one of you is deserving a hearty congratulations, not just from myself and your families, but from all Kenyans in general. Let me also register my appreciation to the CDF service commanders and all officers serving in senior ranks of our military for also being outstanding stewards of the proud tradition of our defense forces, and I congratulate all of them for a job well done. Today, I will apply myself to only 4 key messages, and 3 of these go to you, the graduates. I want to speak to you because our great nation is a nation of young people, but it is also a nation of believers. Firstly, Kenya is a nation of believers in God, in duty, courage, and honor. As we admit you to the ranks of the custodians of our sovereignty and our way of life, those 4 ingredients should guide your every action. Secondly, your pass out elevates you into a place of esteem in our society. With that high privilege comes heavy and demanding responsibilities. To succeed in your military career, you must be willing to sacrifice, to put Kenya and the service above self, and to commit to uphold with fidelity the golden reputation of our defense forces. Thirdly, you join our esteemed defense forces during a period of transformation. Over the last 9 years, in recognition of the importance of peace and security to the realization of our development agenda, we have undertaken the most consequential and expansive modernization of our military in our nation's history. We have done this by tooling and retooling our military, addressing the welfare of our military officers and all security organs in a way that has inspired hope in the possibilities of our nation. And thirdly, by investing heavily in training and skills development. Your health care facilities, accommodation, remuneration, and allowances, and your overall terms and conditions of service have been vastly improved. We have gone further now to enact a law that creates safeguards for your retirement and also facilitates the integration of anyone incapacitated or severely wounded in the course of his or her duties. And to seal this guarantee, on 15th of June this year, I had the honor and privilege of assenting into law the Military Veterans Act. Fellow Kenyans, the 4th limb of my message today reflects on the weight of decisions that I have had to make as Commander-in-Chief to foster the safety of every Kenyan. Over these years, some of the most agonizing decisions were ones that would put our soldiers in harm's way. They were difficult decisions because officers are our children, and when they go out on any mission in defense of our borders at home or abroad, I know too well that they would either return hoisting our national flag or return wrapped in the same flag. Regrettably, in the course of their dutiful service, some of our soldiers made the ultimate sacrifice, while others have been wounded. So at a moment like this, as the political tempo towards the upcoming election rises, we are called upon to reflect the sacrifice made by many and the scars borne by our sons and daughters following their service to and in defense of Kenya. So to all our officers in all our discipline service, let me say that I shall never tire of thanking you for your bravery, excellence, and dedication. You are the spear of our safety, our shield against those who would wish to do us harm, and a beacon of inspiration for the entire nation. As a modern and versatile military, KDF has embraced unfamiliar roles, but has also excelled in them. Due to your record of delivering superlative results, I have tasked the KDF from time to time to take charge of various strategic national programs and even to rescue failed institutions. You did it with the revival of almost 600 kilometers of dead meter gauge railway in a very impressive manner, ahead of budget and within schedule. When we had to drain the swamp from inside out, we turned to you, the disciplined forces, and summoned you to the course of nation building, and you did it when we gave you the challenge to revive the fortunes of our livestock herders, when we tasked you to revive the Kenya Meat Commission, and you did and turned it into a profit-making enterprise in record time. You also did it at the Kenya Shipyard Limited, and today this corporation is poised to be the largest shipyard in sub-Saharan Africa. You did it at the Uhuru Gardens National Monument, and in only 22 months, you did what takes many 10 years. We have seen your service through the Nairobi Metropolitan Service, where residents of Nairobi can now access basic health services. You also did it for the nation when you anchored our national response to COVID-19 pandemic. And in moments of national disasters and civil emergencies, your efforts saved lives and property. So we see it in every day, and we are grateful for that work. So ladies and gentlemen, I once again thank all our security officers for all that you do. And in the same time, I wish you, our graduates, well as you join the ranks of those who have come and gone before you. Leaving here, you carry with you the respect and the abiding admiration of an entire nation. Your charge now is to protect our sovereignty and to a lifetime of duty, honor, and courage in the service to our nation that we are all devoted to. I urge you to guard the legacy bequeathed to you by your predecessors, adhering to all norms and values as prescribed in the oath of allegiance. And indeed, my message to you is that you must always be above reproach. As your Commander-in-Chief, I know and I am confident that you will not disappoint your compatriots. I am confident that the knowledge and skills you have acquired are and will be an enduring value to not only yourselves, but to our country as well. And may this ceremony today mark the beginning of a distinguished military career as you report to your respective services, formations, and units in the service of Kenya. To the Defense Forces leadership, the Commandant of the school, all officers and service members in the Recruits Training School, once again we salute you for the commendable work whose fruits we see before us today. I also extend our gratitude to the parents and guardians of these recruits passing out today. An entire nation shares in the joy of your sons and daughters answering to the call of service. Nasema Mungu awabariki, Mungu awalinde, mukiendelea kutekeleza kazi ya kulinda nchi yetu, Mungu awaongoze na aweke vyema. Twawatakia nyote kila laheri. Asanteni sana.
Kwa heshima naomba sote tusimame kwa ajili ya heko kwa Mheshimiwa Rais. Mkuu wa gwaride hivi sasa kija kumwomba kwa heshima Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa majeshi yote ya ulinzi idhini ya kuweza kuondoa askari hawa wapya kabisa uwanjani. Asanteni kwa heshima, tunaweza kuketi tafadhali. wa gwaride hii ni Luteni Kanali Michael George Simbili. Mheshimiwa Rais. Mwisho kabisa, Parade Adjutant Captain Jafet Bet. Nizamu ya bendi za majeshi ya ulinzi kuondoka hivi sasa uwanjani. Chini yake mkurugenzi wa muziki, jeshi la nchi kavu, Captain Calvin Kabudi Nyaga, Senior Major Warrant Officer 1 David Maina. Baada ya kutekeleza wajibu wao siku ya leo kwa kutuletea muziki uliopangwa ukapangika, basi nitaomba tutulie. Wengine wote nitaomba tutulie tafadhali. Wageni wetu naomba kwa heshima tuweze kuketi kwa ajili ya kipindi kitakachofuata. Mgeni wetu rasmi, kinafuata kipindi cha picha ya kumbukumbu. Unavyoshuhudia askari hawa wako tayari, Mheshimiwa Rais, kutekeleza wajibu wao. Watavipanga viti hivi kwa muda mfupi waliopewa kuambatana na malengo ya mkuu wa majeshi ya ulinzi ya kujiweka tayari katika operesheni yoyote, katika lugha ya Kimombo mission readiness, na hali kadhalika sharpening the arrow.
The passing out parade of the Kenya Defence Forces recruits at the Moi Barracks in Eldoret. The President, in presiding over the event, has called on Kenyans to continue supporting the Kenya Defence Forces, and he has continued to root for the KDF for the amount of work that they have put in ensuring that the country is at par with her peers as far as development is concerned. The head of state has singled out the involvement of the Kenya Defence Forces in sectors such as the Kenya Meat Commission, the Kenya Shipyard Limited, as well as the building of and rehabilitation of the railway, where he said that over 600 kilometers of railway has been rehabilitated with the help of the Kenya Defence Forces. The President has reminded the country that as it gears towards the general election, they ought to put first the country and show the support that it has shown over the years to the Kenya Defence Forces. Today, the head of state did open the Eldoret Regional Hospital, which has been constructed by the Kenya Defence Forces. It is a third of its kind in the country and is expected to serve the Kenyan men and women in uniform, as well as their families and those who have retired from the service. This is perhaps one of the final duties that the head of state will be conducting as he exits office, with the election coming in a month. Well, this broadcast has been brought to you courtesy of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation and the Kenya Defence Forces. My name is Edward Collins Omondi, and now I will hand you back to the broadcasting house for regular programming.
Pata ulimi na mafikira kama sikiza tune kwenye simu yako, bonyeza *811 *815 #.
Hey, my friend, ulimi ni kama msumari na mafikira ni kama nyundo. Hizo vitu mbili zikishikana, zinaweza jenga ama zinaweza bomoa. Haki na sita tafadhali. Hebu fikiria hiyo kitu nataka kuniambia kabla nishike hii simu. Kama unataka kunibomoa, toa hiyo simu kwa masikio. Unaona hiyo kitu ya red? Finya hiyo kitu ya red.
Kupata ulimi na mafikira, bonyeza *811 *815 *811 *815 #.
The Africa FIBA 2023 World Cup qualifiers enter the third phase from July 1st to 3rd. Kenya will contest for the coveted World Cup slots when it takes on hosts Egypt, Democratic Republic of Congo and Senegal.
Guess who's on it? Woo! Which gives Kenya another chance to run an even better draw of feet!
Watch the matches live from Alexandria, Egypt on KBC Channel 1 starting on July 1st to 3rd. KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
He's telling you something.
Because the money here.
I'm so thank you.
Namaste crown, namaste crown, namaste Ben.
Mati ilikuwa inatoka huku mheshimiwa, alafu nilikuwa na mnaifu mheshimiwa.
Sasa hiyo umekalia nini?
Sasa hiyo nimekalia wheelchair mheshimiwa. So mtu akiniongelesha namwambia nampoingia na mnaifu mheshimiwa.
Kwa nini hukukataa?
Mbona huwezi futa mkokoteni?
Toka.
I tried myself to
Toka.
Kwa sababu I'm not disciples. Sasa mimi si disciples.
Ngoja kidogo makoa.
Ni laana kubwa sana. Watu watoa pesa zao, wewe unatia mfukoni.
Catch Flirty Carlos on Easy Friday with Shiksha Aurora, only on KBC Channel 1.
The maritime transport is the backbone of international trade as well as the driver of global economic growth. Here in Kenya, close to 93% of all traded goods are transported through the waves. But the sector has undergone tremendous challenges in the last 2 years, starting with the COVID-19 pandemic and now the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Where are we in terms of growth and how are we navigating these uncharted waters? This week on Inside Government, we are talking to Ambassador Nancy Karegedo. She is the Principal Secretary and Special Envoy for Maritime and Blue Economy here in Kenya. She's going to help us with this conversation. Thank you very much indeed, Balozi, for finding time to be with us. And of course, congratulations on your appointment as an ambassador.
Thank you very much, Brian. I'm grateful for this opportunity and I look forward to the conversation.
Very good. You know, the last time we had this conversation was last year when the world was just emerging from the COVID-19 pandemic. How have we managed to weave ourselves out of that crisis so far?
Wow, let me say that we had hardly started recovering from COVID when the Ukraine and Russia conflicts started. Unfortunately, both incidents have had a devastating effect on shipping. We know that the pandemic was unexpected, but some of the effects, or rather the effects we had, were not unexpected. Again, impacted on the seafarers because if you look at the global labor supply, Russia plays a major role, and of course that has impacted on the world also. Then also some of the measures that have been taken by countries in the face of the crisis. This has really affected the global supply chain wherever we are. But I think the most important issue or lesson that has come out of it is that the world is all interconnected, and a crisis in one part of the world will affect the entire global, family, and therefore we must be able to come up with measures looking inward as countries to protect ourselves. And I think one of the biggest lessons that has come out of this is that for any nation, for any government, shipping policies that affect the food supply chain, policies through shipping that affect the energy supply must form part of every government going into the future.
Very well. I know, in the last 2 years, there has been significant interventions, especially we have seen concerted efforts to try and revive the Kenya National Shipping Line, as well as the revival of Kenya Shipyard, that has a mandate of, repairing our ships and as well as constructing our boats. Has this helped by any means?
I think what I would want to say is that the government has really made significant inroads into the revival of the industry. And for this, we want to really applaud and thank His Excellency the President for having that single-minded focus on the blue economy growth. And like we've said before, shipping is so interconnected. It's an ecosystem that feeds from or feeds through so many, interconnected, nodes. So one of the things that happened is having an overarching look on what we need to do, what feeds each other, how the cross-pollination can be created. And therefore, that's why you see all these initiatives coming on board, because, for example, we have a port, an international port, that services the international shipping industry. We have responsibilities that arise from our being a port state, because we serve international shipping as a port, as a coastal state, because shipping being international is regulated through the United Nations Specialized Agency, the International Maritime Organization, and therefore to make it global and to make it uniform, so that we don't have countries deciding what is going to happen within their jurisdiction and conflicting and having to comply with a multiplicity of regulations in one voyage. Then it is uniform. So that gives rise to port state jurisdiction, which has responsibilities to the shipping communities, most of them mandatory. Then we've got the flag state responsibilities for ships that are registered in Kenya. Now, when I talk when I say that, it's because when these international ships come, because they need to never go back home where they're registered, we have an obligation to ensure that they are safe, they're secure, and also that the interface between the ship itself, through the people on board, the workers, and the port does not harm the other. That's insecurity. But most important also to ensure that the ship, in terms of the cargo, the people on board, and in terms of marine environment protection is safe. So what do we need to do? We've got a raft of regulations. For example, Kenya Maritime Authority has to board, has professionals who then board the ship, performing the same duties that national safety, the road, whatever regulator, safety regulator. Yeah, NTSA will perform. But this we are doing as an international policeman, if you may say. So if we find that the ship has a problem, the powers to detain are very clearly stated, because you want to ensure that a ship does not leave Kenyan waters and go and pollute in the next port. Now, when we do not provide that vessel with the facilities where she can be repaired, what are we doing? We're keeping her in port, gaining, because she must pay to be there, but then not enabling her to comply. And that's why the shipyard becomes very, very important on that note. Not to mention the fact that there'll be Kenyans, or rather the policies are to ensure that Kenyans also participate in the maritime trade, and there is a lot of scope that we can do. So where are they going to get those ships if we cannot be able to provide for the building and for the repair, but most important, the jobs. The jobs for our youth.
Through partnerships with international shipping lines, KNSL was supposed to enter into agreements with the shipping lines to help in the training of seafarers as well as other workers. Has this ever been implemented?
Jobs are very important for our young people. We have a population that we are told 51% are youth who have a life, they have a long life to make use of their talents. And like we said, there's a limit as to how much you can train or you can absorb them unless we create, scope for them. And therefore, jobs in the maritime industry become very, very critical. What has been the main problem we had in terms of training? The first one is because we've not been able to provide the facilities necessary for the youth to get the legal finish that then enables them to work. Every area has got its regulations in terms of job entry, in terms of skills training, and in terms of continuity of service. I'm a lawyer by profession, and every year, if I'm practicing, I have to renew my certificates. The same in the shipping industry. Those people who work on board ships have a scheme of service, or rather regulations that are meant to ensure they remain relevant. So they have to revalidate their certificates, they have to keep improving their skills based on the changes in the sector. The most critical is to have training on board a ship. And we are talking of a country that doesn't have ships. So of course, partnerships then become very important in that area, because who will train for you unless you get into those partnerships? We've got the youth, they've got the brains, they've got they're able to be able, they've got the mindset to be able. But then the other most important thing was also reputational. Like I told you earlier, Russia, India, Philippines, China have been the major suppliers of crew in the market. And the industry is also very word of mouthish, reputation. Very, very important. Now, because at some time we lost that chain, the continuity of Kenyans serving on board when we didn't have whitelisting, re-establishing that reputation, getting the Kenyans to display their skills and to be able to be seen by ship owners as a viable source of labor also presented a challenge. And that's why, like you said, the revival of Kenya National Shipping Line became very, very important, because then it became the platform, or should we say the display case, where we display the Kenyans. And I want to say that Kenyans being who they are, they've been able now, if I may say, to be seen for what they are and for the talents they have. And therefore, that's why we've now been able to have conversations with other shipping lines, like the Bahari shipping line, to be able to sample into Kenyans. But training, now we are realizing that the numbers that are needed, we need to really ratchet up the capacity for training that we have.
And you're talking about capacity, and we know there is concerted efforts to re-engineer the Bandari Maritime College, and also we have established the Maritime Training School in Kisumu. How are these two going to help in upscaling the number of crew and seafarers that we can produce in this country?
Okay, we are looking at a multi-pronged approach because shipping has got different career paths. For example, you've got the officers, and that's where Russia and Ukraine really cornered the market. Then you've got the ratings, the people who work under those officers. That's in the technical areas in terms of navigation, the people who then become the pilots and the captains of the vessels. Then you've got the engineering side, the people who become responsible for all the engineering on the ship. Technical, they earn a lot of money because the responsibility is immense. But then we also have, and the ratings are in both areas, rating for engines and rating for the deck or navigation. Then you've got the hospitality. The world needs people who will work, let's say as hoteliers, but on those mobile floating hotels. Those are the cruise ships. So we are looking at training on, training in large numbers for both areas. It takes time, it takes a lot of resources, and it needs a lot of partnerships with other nations, because that's how shipping is organized. For you to be able to get employment on board a ship, the country where that ship is registered must have a bilateral or MOU with us, so that our training is up to par. And those are some of the things we are doing. We are seeing, Bandari is is the flagship training institution for this country, the Center of Excellence. Then, like you've mentioned, we've got the Radio Maritime Marine Training School in Kisumu, Kenya Coast Polytechnic, Technical University of Mombasa, and one of the older ones, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, that has really done us proud in terms of training marine engineers who have proven their mettle when we've sent them on board. And now the reputation of Kenya has begun to grow. Now, you talked of the Ukraine-Russia conflict and the COVID. Whenever something happens in the world like this, whenever a crisis like this happens, there is disruption. And disruption then brings with it opportunities as well as, challenges. And we're seeing that because of COVID, there is an opportunity now for a major shift in terms of the balance in labor supply.
I know there are about 1.9 million seafarers in the world, where Russia and Ukraine, they control almost 14% of these numbers. In terms of ourselves as a country, where are we in terms of tapping that market?
Okay, a lot of them are in the cruise industry, and I would say that we may have no less than, from the time we had the COVID, and Kenya, when the COVID pandemic started and Kenyans were coming back, we realized that we had a lot of Kenyans that had gone on their own to work in the cruise ships, like around 600 who we brought back on our own. In terms of the arrangements that government has been making, if we count the cruise shipping and the technical areas, we could talk of 1,000 in the international job market.
This is a subject that you have always discussed. That when you look at the world, there are there are more than 130,000 ships out there, and yet as a country which prides itself as a maritime country, with a major coastline and rivers and lakes, what are we doing to ensure that we also become part of this exclusive club of countries that own ships? Whereby our neighbors here in Ethiopia, has about 11 ships.
Like I said initially, the way the shipping is, or rather the way shipping impacts every fabric of society, every fabric of the life we know as Kenyans. For example, sitting here, everything around us has been touched by shipping, including the clothes we are wearing today, either as raw materials being transported from from the producing country to the final manufacturer. Everything is touched by shipping. And from the two crises that we have seen, it's going to, shipping is going to continue to impact on the fabric of our society. And therefore, like I said, policies that impact on shipping must be part of government, any government that cares for its people. And like I said, one of the things that this government has done is integrate as much as possible shipping into everything we do. And that was the reason why the shipping or the blue economy, the maritime sector, was incorporated into one of the 8 sectors or under the economic pillar of Vision 2030, so that whatever we are doing as a country then takes or rather reflects on what shipping will do or how it will be impacted by the maritime sector. And that's why in terms of fiscal and regulatory policies, the initiatives that you have mentioned, the shipbuilding, as a country with all those endowments you've said, we cannot continue selling jobs, exporting jobs, which our young people could do. And therefore, issues like ship repair,